I really want to be an uplifter of others. And
well, you got to give that up. Because when you say to us, I want to be an uplifter of others, your undivided attention is upon the fact that they need it. And you can't get there from there. So when you say to us, I want to feel good most of the time, we say good, and then you will be an uplifter of others. Next. Isn't that interesting? Don't you love knowing that? Because you're not in the vortex when you're noticing what they need to be uplifted about. This business of service is really an interesting thing. You are teachers to the core of your being. We have never experienced a stronger feeling of uplifters who have gathered for a focused forum ever. You are uplifters to the very core of your being. We are wanting to say to you that what you are reaching for is alignment, so that you then have the energy and the connection to the source of that which uplifts. But you got to understand, source energy has all of that going on. We hold all of that energy as well. But there's no assertion. We can't find someone who needs to be uplifted and just zap them with it. That's not the way that it works, you see. All we can do is maintain the vibration of it as consistently as we can, until those who really want it find vibrational alignment with it. And then we just talk constantly about what it is that they've achieved, so that they can know on a personal basis. Words don't teach. It's life experience that teaches. So we all are teaching through the clarity of our example, you see. So we know it is a wonderful thing, and we feel it deeply within you because you've been that way always. You don't remember a time in this physical personality that you didn't care deeply about what was going on with others. And we know that there were plenty of times, even today, that you feel hurt, deeply hurt by things not going well with others. But you can't empathize with their pain and be a vibrational match to their solution at the same time. In other words, it's one or the other, you see. You got to decide which part of their equation, because every subject is two subjects. So there are people who are in pain, who want to be uplifted, who have a solution that is already ripe within their vortex. Which part of their spectrum are you wanting to shine a light on, you see? Because you can't look at both ends of their stick at the same time.
I seemed to do well for a while, and then I would lose sleep, right? Or I just...
Well, you know why?
Why?
Because you gain your balance, and you get into the vortex, and then the vortex carries you for a while, and then you focus on the problem, and you lose your connection. In other words, it's all about what you're focused upon. When you decide that you are going to uplift others and help them feel better about their problems, there's usually a pretty drastic imbalance, because when you're looking for problems, you're going to find them. You could flip that by saying, I'm looking for the upliftment point in the people with whom I'm interacting. I'm looking for the resonant point of uplifting them. Rather than trying to fix their problem, I want to meet them at their most allowing state and then inspire them to greater heights. But we have to say to you, and a lot of times uplifters, people who are really service-oriented, they don't like hearing this next thing from us. They accuse us of teaching selfishness. And we always admit it completely. We do. We teach ultimate selfishness. We want you to be so selfish that you insist on aligning with your true self. And in your aligning with your true self, you have all of these wonderful resources. Their inner being, your inner being, all vibrating right there, which makes it more likely for them to touch it and find it and feel it and know it if they are in the vicinity. But if they're not in the vicinity and you decide to be unselfish and you go try to meet them halfway, or you go try to find them where they are, then you lose your alignment, and that's what you were just describing. You get overwhelmed with it. Your desire is still strong. You're just not a match to your desire in that place. We've been saying to parents for a long while, when you lose your patience or you lose your connection and you're wanting to uplift your children, but you're just really out of the vortex, say to them, I've lost my connection. I'll be back in a little while. I'm going to go off to myself and realign with the good feeling person that I really am. And when I find it, I'll be back. And then do it. And your children will witness the disconnected you who left the room and the reconnected you who resumed. And that's the best thing in the world that you can give to anyone, as an example of how wonderful you feel in alignment as compared to how not wonderful you feel when you're out of alignment. That's what you're teaching. That's the only thing you've got to teach. You can't garner enough wellness or money. You can't gather enough alignment to then project it to anyone. All you can do is gather it and display the gathering of it and explain how you gathered it and how you maintain it and how good it feels. That's all you can do, is just be it, 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 be it. And those who are in the vicinity will find it too. That's what upliftment is.